Sorry about that, guys. OBS crashed. I can also hear my voice in my ears, which is very annoying. Let me just see if I can get rid of that horrible noise. No, I can still hear myself in my ears, which is annoying. I have no idea how to fix it fast enough for this to be a thing. Let's try one more thing. And no. Ugh. Fine. Okay. Let's get on with it. I think that should be okay. Do the sound levels sound okay to you, Castro? Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. Bit of an OBS brain fart there. The sounds sound okay to you? The game is not picking up. Sounds fine. Cool. Thank you. I'm just waiting for OBS to realise I've still got the game running. Okay, I'll read this out even though we can't see it at the moment. I'm a humble first officer looking for... what's the word? When commoners do things for coins, she asks. Work, that's it. She beams at you, delighted, innocent as a Gatling gun. As she steps aboard, a commoner calmly takes a spoon from his pocket and scoops out his eyes. After such radiance, all else is tawdry, he says, between screams. It seems she has already forgotten about her signing on money. We have recruited the incognito princess. And now I really need to work out what's going on. Ha! Fidgeted with it, and there it is. It's back. Can everyone see that up there? The game. Can we see that? Is that working? Let me know if it's not. I shall continue anyway. Because I can. Boom. Let's have a look around Port Prosper. That is there. Awesome. Oh, I've never had OBS crash on me in midstream before. That's quite annoying. I do apologise for that. Write a port report. Very little happens on Port Prosper, but someone may take an interest. Excellent. These are worth dosholas, spondolas, money. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade, at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. Well, I'm glad someone's getting some... Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her renewed majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the Reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper and ever leave it. Attend a parade. It is apparently the feast of the Red Saint. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds to a chorus of "Ho, the riding!" Fraternise with everyone. Skyfarers aren't limited by the rigid social structures of Port Prosper, though neither are they beloved for it. Oh, I know what voice I'm going to use for this guy. You are treated as a curiosity and viewed from all sides with suspicion. Still, you find yourself in conversation with an elderly colonel who has retired to Port Prosper. "A bullock of sanity," he calls it. "A line in the sand against all the stuff out there." He introduces you to one of the riders in the procession, who takes you on a tour of the carnival. You converse with chestnut sellers and flower arrangers, drink in the outdoor pubs, and dance with several of the vaudeville players. At the end of the day, you've learnt many names and faces, and even acquired a few calling cards. We are tolerated by everyone. Sparklers wheel in the sky, lovers race across the span, the scent of butterscotch and candy floss is on the wind. I'm not sure why I would ever want to leave this place. It's amazing. We may now go to the theatre. Perhaps not right now. Right, let's head back and see if we can work out more of the map. Whoa. What is that? I'm not sure what that says. The Mornington Labrathat span, maybe? And Agbanon Spring. Can we get through? Oh, hello. Horster's Height. And the Albion Transit Relay. Do we want to go here? Is this going to actually physically take us to Albion? It's probably going to cost a zillion golds, isn't it? A stone edifice, scintillant with sigils, is encased in a contrivance of steel and brass. This is a Singh-Jenkins relay, allowing transport, via a loophole in some cosmic mandate, across the sunless wastes to a far-flung district of heaven. This one leads to Albion, the heart of the new British Empire and the seat of her renewed Majesty, Queen Victoria. Travel second class. We need 2 ministry stamped permits. That seems fair. You put the edifice behind you and head back toward the feuds and fortunes of the Reach. The stars wink prettily. Of course they do. Good grief, that was hidden away. Mole's table. Right on the edge of the map, look. Poor old Mole. Okay, so let's head back. I think we're probably going to head back and try and uncover some of this down here. I suspect, given the rest of the map, that won't be a big contiguous landmass. Still losing my voice. Apologies for losing my voice. I've lost my voice. No, it hasn't. I'm just kidding. Alrighty. Okay. Power on. Avon on spring. Okay, so Port Prosper is definitely a thing. Hello, you again. Do you want to watch where you're going? Pal. Watch where you're going. Okay, so we need to head south a little bit. Again. Again. How are you? You stay put, lad. Although it's awfully good to know that those guys are there. They seem to beat up Marauders even more readily than I did. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of game that I lose many hours to, unfortunately. The stories are absolutely stellar. I would like for there to be a little bit more of a... Oh, hello. There are two of them, which is a serious issue. Oh, he hit his buddy. I'm doing a very bad job staying out of range. Oof. Not even sure that hit me. Of course, if they keep hitting each other with this regularity, it's going to be very interesting. Oh, this is really tense. Has he lost control of his guns or something? Wow, I think I acquitted myself fairly well there. Did I only take one hit? Was anyone counting? There was a bit of grinding. I mean, there was a bit of a, bit of a shunt in mid-air, so to speak. But I think we need to gain hull at this point. We get down to 50% like that, I'd get slightly worried. So let's strip the engine for material. Oh, wow. Your crew go to work eagerly, vaulting out into the bright, tools at the ready. The stripping of the Marauder is slow and painful work. They are cobbled together of stolen parts. Finding suitable fits for your own engine is a process of trial and error. Many of your crew will have lost friends, family, and lovers to the Marauders. It speeds the work. 8 hull. Banging. Let's go and get the other bit of loot that was swanning around. Love that noise that tells you you're next door to something that's making a noise. Oh, hello. 60% chance. I've really not been rolling well this evening, so I'm not going to chance it. No. Raid the safe. Yeah. 16. That's not too shabby. We got 11 last time. Alrighty. See how we're doing. Oh, hello. Something down there. Let's go see what it is. Probably death, let's face it. The looming bronze woods cast deep shadows. Perfect hiding places for outcasts, killers, and the desperate. Maybe not then. That's a bit terrifying. The tuxedo. A wreck. Signal the wreck. Oh, we got a very got a very effervescent crew member last time we did that. Let's mourn the dead. Our terror has reduced. A simple ceremony, doffed caps, a few words, a gloomy silence. But it helps. The only decency in the sky is that we bring ourselves. Toy. Right, let's go. I love the way you can move little bits of wreckage out the way. Okay, we're flying headfirst into a landmass here. We are getting low on supplies, however. It's getting kind of gloomy around here as well. How far off course are we? Quite far. Not loving this any bit at all. I know Castro said to go back, but I don't think this is the way that it was meant. Really bright light shafts, but I don't know what they're being thrown by. Traitor's Wood. 512 experience gained. What the who what? Okay, we're level 3. So let's do that now. So our veils is not quite as pants as our iron. We've got lots of hearts. You came close that day to death. It left its mark. What was it that nearly killed you? A bullet scar beside your heart you've learned since to be more judicious in your choice of friends. Or an engine accident. A breached pipe, a jet of scalding steam you spent a week on the brink, trapped in boiling dreams. The scars are livid on your skin. Wicked. Alrighty. So Traitor's Wood. Don't like this any bit at all. Let's get out of here. Prefer not to meet any said traitors. Oh, angry fish. Angry fish. Bye bye. Angry fish. Oh, what's happening here? Today the sky is cool. Oh. Ooh. You're gonna make me kill you, aren't you? That was quite a lucky shot, actually. I just thought I'd fire one off in case he ran at me. I didn't mean to actually hit him with it. Listen to its last complaint. I think so. $50 experience is not to be sneezed at. Onwards. Ah, there's another station. That's why it looks so pretty. And more importantly, bright. Let's get that terror down. Port Avon and the Nowhere Inn. I do wonder what's nowhere about it. Disembark. Port Avon. Behold, a ruin of giants, gargantuan blocks jigsaw together, furred with moss and whispering with orchards. This writing, man, a bucolic village nestles amongst them. Smoke coils daintily from the chimneys. A leisurely game of cricket unfolds on the village green. A ramshackle dock juts into the sky beside a farmyard scattered with rusty locomotive parts. Plating, piping, a chugging motor with its innards exposed. Okay. An oily-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. "Welcome to Port Avon," she calls as you disembark. Sorry, I went Avon as in Wiltshire kind of way. A rich knot of scents greets you. Leaves and wood smoke enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. Port Avon welcomes new visitors, but your novelty will wear off the more time you spend there. When you visit in future, you may need to bring something to keep them friendly. Money, maybe? Okay, fine. Let's write a port report. I do love them. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could quite easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here, apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery. The villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. Ah, if I hadn't flogged the caddy of dried tea, we could have had a tea party. Fine. Okay, well, we can't do either of those. So perhaps not for now. Ooh, recruit a repentant devil. Exploring Port Avon will wear down your welcome. He's looking for passage. Nah, he's repentant. There can be no harm. This will give you a signaller which will increase your iron by 4, your veils by 4, and your affiliation establishment and affiliation academe by 1. Fine. Come on then, lad. He has very little luggage. A single satchel of books and a folded greatcoat appear to be his only personal effects. His manner is calm, almost pedantic, as he negotiates his duty and his pay. But you have a sense that he urgently wants to be out of Port Avon. Wrong one. Officers. What does the hat do? That's what I want to know. What does the hat do? They need to be hatted or non-hatted. Possibly if you get more than one signaller maybe, and you need to select one to be the current signaller. I don't think I'll explore now. let's undock for now. Let's see where we are in the world. Okay, well we're not far from where we came from. Your newly acquired repentant devil is standing, most unrepentantly, over a body in the hallway. Inspect the deceased. You don't recognize it. One of your crew? But the deceased is no one you know, a stranger on your locomotive. Peculiar luggage you brought on board, says one of the crew when some others have gathered. Wouldn't have thought it would fit in your little bag. First, clean up. It won't do to leave the body in the hall. Then your repentant devil can explain himself. He's still got the blood on his cuffs. He looks younger than most devils, but he is significantly older. His gaze is blank and yellow, a wall against speculation. He grooms his sideburns artfully, and knows how to be tactful with less seasoned members of the crew. Let's ask him about the dead body, shall we? Officers who generate corpses on your locomotive are a liability. Under pursuit. He was a stowaway, explains the devil indifferently. He's been stalking me for more than a month. I thought I'd lost him when I came aboard. Then he turned up in my quarters. From the body he's lifted a clinking bag of souls. Perhaps he was sent to bribe me rather than to kill me. He tilts his head to consider the soul collection. Apparently thinks I'm a cheap hire if so. The devil's gaze reverts to you. I regret to say, this is probably not the last time this happens. I may be destined to attract negative attention. He's killed someone on board your locomotive. You've had words. Let's ask him about the state of my soul. Let's have a soul reading. It is not worth much in its present condition, he says plainly. Too flawed. I could cure you of all that if I had time, and if I cared, and if it were not just as easy to take any of a dozen other innocent souls in a better state of repair. If you want it improved, you might, I suppose, try your luck at Carillon. Please don't off anyone else on my boat. I like the sideburns, I do, but the clamour of New Winchester can be heard on the wind, familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Yeah, I did do a lot of turning down of the sound. I think, oh, Scamp's narrow. I think the next time I stream this game, I might turn up the individual sounds. It might help us. Hear what's going on. Make it less likely for things to creep up on us. Investigate the black box. Actually, we've picked up 2 reports, haven't we? We have actually now written some reports, which means we need to hand them in somewhere, don't we? Can't do that here though. We are going to buy some supplies in just a minute. Company house? I think it was company house. Because we now have 2 reports and they are going to pay handsomely. Victory Hall. Sorry, I know I get quite low down on the cam. I don't mean to. I'm just a bit of a... That's what happens when you're not watching. Not watching your locomotive. Nice. Naked glove. Okay. So, deliver port reports here to receive rewards. Yes. That's what we're gonna do. The office's general manager lives in perpetual fear of his secretary, who was appointed directly from the London office. Their references were inarguable. Deliver your port reports. Services rendered. It is a comfortable room for a modest secretary. Stained glass windows lay crimson slants across the desk. The prudent secretary receives your reports and reads them one by one. A number of questions follow, to which the secretary expects cogent, succinct answers. Her Majesty is grateful, they say, as you leave. So we've gained 2 fortunes stovepipes. We've lost 2 fortunes tacketies. Okay, that sounds more like... Okay, so I think we've probably gained faction reputation or something there. Money and gratitude. What can we do with the gratitude? So we can trade our favour for the ministry stamp permits. Those might enable us to use the gate to Albion. Alrighty. We are coming up to the end of the stream, so let's leave this place for now. And have a quick look. Not sure how we end the game actually safely. Not sure if we've been this way. Not yet. Alexander Yang claim. Okay, that's all company house. Ah, we didn't buy supplies, did we? Chat, you let me take off without buying supplies. Well, it can't be my fault. Come on now. I'm just the one controlling the game. Ghosts of passing trains. No, Winchester's down here. Come on. Don't starve. So do not run into New Winchester. Okay, so we had one left and we still have some supplies. Victoria Market. Got quite a lot of fuel. But I think now we have a decent amount of money as well, don't we? 300 odd, okay. You can sell bronzewood for a dime. Fine. Oh, we can't hold that much. Okay. So we have 6 fuel. Oh. 5 supplies. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me. We have done quite a lot. We have done quite a lot of Sunless Skies. I have to say thank you very much to Failbetter for releasing this today. It's been a joy so far. I've learned several words that I didn't know before, and it's a very generous thing that they're doing, donating money to Special Effect. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. I will try and stream for another hour tomorrow, just to get more of this game out there into the wilderness, and sing its praises to the farthest corners of heaven. I hope you've enjoyed the game. It's something a little bit different to what I would normally stream, but I'm loving the pants off it right now. So, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon.